Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. Stop. Yeah. The website at the bottom, llewellyn.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want it. Leave that alone. Yeah, come here. Leave that alone, okay? Supportive Oracle cards. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. Websites in the back, torihartman.com, watkinspublishing.co.uk, or watkinspublishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you would like if you're interested. Okay, I have a sassy cat today, so I don't expect him to jump into frame, but anything is possible. Fair warning. Ooh. Okay. Okay, the last card for you is the Sun card, which is, in my opinion, best card in the deck. So what's going on around this situation is a great question, but I feel like the overall view I'm getting in the beginning here is like this is a good situation. We always have people around a situation who have their little chatty talk stuff. Let them be who they are. Do not let that degrade what you are enjoying. Enjoy what you have to the fullest. People and their issues and their little chatty chat moments, that's them. I've often thought and probably said to a few people who hang around with people who just talk out of both ends of their body, if you follow me on that, get what they deserve. You know, if people are warming up to certain people who just constantly like to gossip and like to spread lies and just make up their own story, people who hang out with that get what they deserve. So let's just remember that. Don't let that bring you down. I don't know, I get a little bit of a bug up my butt about it, I'll be honest, because sometimes people listen to the most half-witted people. Like, I pointed this out, like, you know, so-and-so is a compulsive liar. You know that, right? Well, yeah, I know that. So why are you listening to what they're saying? Why are you taking stock in that? I mean, it's just maybe a personal peeve of mine. When you know somebody's a liar, yet people are going to listen to what they have to say anyway, but okay. Sure. Not at all annoyed with that. Not at all. You've put a lot of effort into something. Is it over? I don't think it's over, but it is starting to reap rewards. This is kind of like one of those things where I feel like it's kind of like a plant that, like, maybe you're in an area that things bloom all year round, and maybe some time of the year it has more than other times. I don't know how that works, quite frankly, because I'm in an area where we get snow, so I don't know how that works, just to be fair with you. But you're in a point where you're starting to get some bounty from the earth, from the work you've been putting in. You are earth, but and it's going to be continual. You've been putting in a lot of work, and you have, and maybe in the beginning it showed some benefit, but due to your efforts, it shows a lot more, and other people are also benefiting from that. I'm hoping they're helping you. If they're not helping you, they should be. I'm going to throw that out there, but you decide what's appropriate. It's your life. You're going to do it the way you need to do it. So they should be assisting you in this bounty. If they're going to enjoy the bounty, they should be assisting you in making it happen, however you feel appropriate, clearly. I see you in your element. This is literally your card. The Hierophant card is the Taurus card. Don't get caught up in the gender. It just means you're in your element. Things are working. You put in the effort. You're getting out what you expect out for what the effort is you put in. That's Earth signs as a group feel like, you know, I should be getting out what I put in. That's an Earth thing. So this is like on point with that. Now, there's people around. It's more about the people, the chatter around this situation. People having issues around it for various reasons. Could be they don't understand what's actually going on. Could be they're jealous of it. Could be they just want to be a rotten dork. Whatever. It's something like that. Because I'm getting the rejection with the Two of Cups, and I'm like, why? Other people, sometimes, you know, there are people out there who just they're unhappy because somebody else is happy. That's literally all it is. Somebody else is happy, that makes them unhappy. I live out in the country, and sometimes I just see stuff, and I tell you, I just see stuff, and I wonder. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm just going to move on from it. It kind of matches this situation, though, because it's kind of like, all right, this actually perfectly matches your situation now that I'm really thinking it. Something distracted me outside my window, something that I don't really have to worry about, but it does pose questions like, what is going on out there? What are y'all doing? But it's a person that I don't really know, and I don't really need to. Whatever their problem is, that's their problem. If they're going to go running in the snow, okay, that's your issue. It does make me feel like, what are you doing? I live in the country, you're going to die, this is going to run you over on this road, but, live your life, I hope. But anyway, I'm just kind of like, it's not for me. I'm not going to run out there and chase them down with the car and be like, get in the car, where do you live? I'm taking you home, and don't be running down my street. It's suicide. It's crazy at this time of year. I'm not going to do that. Apparently I have the thought to do that, but I'm not going to do that. But the thing is, I shouldn't even be worrying about it. It was an adult that just ran by, so it's kind of like, whatever. Your life, your life, your problem. It's not for me to worry about. But I can see how, like, I've obviously talked about it. It easily can take my attention. It just distracts me. Like I said, I'm literally not going to do anything about it. It's not for me to do something about it. But wasting my time thinking about it, talking about it, well, technically I'm using it as an analogy here, so I guess I'm getting away with that. But it's not worth the time. It's not something I should be putting my energy into. I got better things. I got other things that I can enjoy in life. Yet, let alone worrying about the ridiculousness going on and the ridiculousness of others. I don't know. It's snowing out. It's fine. It's fine. Literally, I'm having a hard time letting it go, as you can probably tell. Just like, what are you doing? It's insane. I live on a country road. Okay, it's fine. Their issues are their issues. It's going nowhere. Whatever they're doing is kind of like, it's fruitless. Whatever they're doing, it's not going to go anywhere, and that's their problem. They're going to have a lot of frustration that comes out of that. They're running themselves ragged. They might even be trying to snake you in as another point of entertainment. I don't know if that's even fair to say, because there's certain people out there that they just create whirlwinds of confusion, and then they just pull other people into these whirlwinds of confusion. I don't even know if they're enjoying it, or they just live for drama, and the more drama they can create, the more that they just actually create it. I don't even know if they enjoy it. They just do it. Do yourself a favor, one. Don't get involved in it. Like, do yourself the favor. You're technically doing them a service by not engaging into it, because it should calm down sooner rather than later. The more people that get involved, the longer it's going to take to calm down. There's something with this weird energy around you that's just kind of like, they're saying, just don't, you don't even have to acknowledge it. You don't have to acknowledge it. I don't know. It's of no value to the person doing it, or if there's more than one person, it's of no value to them, let alone to you. And trying to help them see that is literally a disservice to you. Because I feel like if there's a person or people, if it's more than one, doing this, it's probably a pattern. So even if, say for example, you're able to get right in there and be like, listen, stop it, done, like, knock it off. And say they do, by some miracle of fate. very not very likely, but just say, oh, the heavens open and look, Taurus has blessed you with reality and you have accepted that. Not really going to happen, but just in case it did. Say you got them to stop. It's just a matter of time before they do it again in some other situation. You're not fixing their life. You know what I mean? Don't waste your energy on it. That's what I'm getting. Put your energy towards the people you care about, the people who understand you, not the problem makers. So if there's somebody who's technically a friend, but they're a problem maker, not that one. Just, all right, let them just do what they got to do. But the other people around it that are kind of like listening and kind of like the problem maker is saying, or the problem maker is doing, try to give them a little help, kind of like, listen, let the problem maker deal with their own issues, let them create their own problems, and they can clean up their own problems. Come over here with me, we're just going to enjoy bounty. We're going to keep working at what we were doing. We're going to keep pushing forward at what we were doing, putting the effort in what we were doing, and keep enjoying what we deserve from what we were doing. Don't worry about them. They are their own problem. We're going to stay here with us, and we're going to have a picnic on what we grew, and we're going to enjoy what we made, and we're going to continue to, because we're going to keep putting effort into that. We're not going to waste our time on other people having other people's problems. Okay. There's more coming. We want to center more on the people who are helpful. We want to center on the good people. We don't want to waste our time on the people who want to have problems. They want to have problems. They can also clean up their own problems. Am I missing anything with this? Because I feel like I'm kind of getting on a soapbox about it, which the energy's kind of going there. I know, but I'm kind of feeling soapboxy about it. The chatter. Oh, the chatter. It just keeps going around. What else can I say about the chatter? It keeps happening. I see it, right? I see it. The ones around you who should know better, maybe you should give them like a reminder. I do that once in a while. I'm like, so-and-so there. And I'll say that, and I'll be like, they they're a compulsive liar. Like, it's been proven multiple times. Like, if you get the truth out of them, it's like on a dead watch. It just by odds, it has to be right every once in a while, but it's not often. Like, I do point that out once in a while, especially when you have compulsive liars or people who just, like, they're just talking to talk, and, like, it's like they don't even remember what they said. They lie so much. And maybe they're a little entertaining with their stories, and maybe they sell you some stories that you'd like to believe, but you have to remember, certain people are just full of crap. They just are. I'm sorry, but they are. And, like, you might have to remind people of that. So-and-so is more full, like, especially Taurus, you build on facts. When you start really creating something, not only do you start building on facts, but you double check your facts as you keep going, and sometimes you triple check them as you keep going, and sometimes you quadruple check them as you keep going. So you know what you're talking about. And I feel like Taurus, you figure out who doesn't know what they're talking about. Maybe you just give them the benefit of the doubt that they're just naive, or that they think they know more than they actually know. Typically, I want to say 9 times out of 10, because you double check, triple check, quadruple check your own facts, you figure out who doesn't know what they're talking about. The why you assign to that is probably subjective to how you feel about that person. I'll give you that. But you know when somebody doesn't really know what they're talking about. Especially if it's in the line of something that you do know what you're doing. Because if it's your business, if it's your work, in my opinion, Taurans tend to know what they're doing. At least in the part you're responsible for, you pay attention, you watch how things work out, you know what you're doing. And somebody else who doesn't, when they're talking out of both ends of their body. So, and you can help other people kind of see it sometimes. So, reminding people kind of like, we don't need to start fights, we don't need to start arguments, we just need to remember who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't know what they're talking about, and not get caught up into people who don't know what they're talking about and just looking to cause dismay, disruption, discord. I'm getting back on that soapbox. Like, I feel like we don't want to waste time on people who are just causing problems. Some people, that's literally all they do. I hate it. It's driving me nuts, because it's like I'm feeling like I keep getting on this soapbox. Like, I hate when people waste their time on people who just constantly create problems. And even if you help them fix their problems, they're creating more problems while you're helping them fix the other problem. That's just how they are. I'm just like, let them create their own problems. If they're going to keep creating their own problems, let them fix their own problems. Like, I really feel like that's fair. Sometimes that's the only way they're going to learn, when they have to clean up their own mess. Either that or they're going to have to live in it. Maybe they like that. All that being said, I'm glad I said the Sun card here is at the end. It's the best card in the tarot deck, in my opinion. You have good things going on here. You got to let people who are problems fix their own problems. You got to spend your time with the good people who are good to you, and just start segregating yourself away from it. Not in the sense of like, I will not talk to that one. Not like that. But like, spend your time with the people who are good to you. Spend the time with the people who actually try to make things better and who are not problematic. Every now and then, certain people, I'm sure they get caught up in some issues, and sometimes maybe they're their own worst enemy. But there's a difference between somebody who like trips and falls once in a great while versus somebody who's like, every breath they take is a disaster, not for nothing. Let's just see it for what it is and just center on the people who are worth it, because you've got a lot of good things here. And I feel like that's what they're centering on in this whole reading. You have a lot of good things here. Put your time and effort towards the people who actually deserve it. People who are constantly troublemakers, problem makers, and they keep making a mess of their own life, let them solve their own issues. I feel like I'm on a soapbox. I just feel very like about it, It's just kind of like on them. I'm just very, I haven't had any caffeine, yes, caffeine. I haven't, so I don't know what my issue is, but I'm all like, like you're too good for this, Taurus. Don't waste your time on people who don't deserve you. You're too good for it. Come on. I mean, I feel like I want to say that to the Taurus. I don't know. I'm thinking of somebody in my head. I'm like, let's not waste time on people who are not deserving of your time. You know what I mean? You're much too good for this, which is not like an elitist thing, or not like like you're jumping across tall buildings in a single bound. I'm not trying to say that, but you put in a lot of effort, and you put a lot of calculated, deliberate. Like, you care for people who care for you. That's how it should be anyway. The Taurans I'm thinking of care for people who maybe don't deserve them. They're just, y'all have a very high level of responsibility, and that's respectable. I understand that, but maybe we start to shift away from the people who don't deserve it and shift closer to the people who do. That's all. I don't know. Why am I so like uppity about it? I feel like I'm uppity about it. We're going to shut it down there. So whatever the message is, hopefully it's there. Hopefully it's a good one. I'm sure the comments should let me know if I was just a dork. If I'm just a dork, then I'm just a dork. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day. If you're interested in a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. Thanks again, and have a great day.